Oh,
Yo, welcome back. Welcome back. I was about to do a welcome back Carter rendition, but it failed immediately in my head. So there we go. Yo, it's your main man, Coach Fa.
it's that dude, Mr. Lewis.
It's your boy MG, aka Patches, due to
Yeah,
the
yeah, we gonna
office.
get in. We gonna get into this patches thing in just a
Right.
second. But yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Candid Corner. Let's go.
Welcome to the Candid Corner. 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 Your number one spot for hip hop, classic hip hop, today's hip hop. You talk about sports, you talk about Knicks, you talk about 76ers, you talking football, you talking about Giants, you talking Steelers. Your main spot for New York and Pennsylvania sports, baby. Right here, Coach Fa, Mr. Lewis, the Candid Corner. Real talk for real listeners. Yeah.
Yo, and we are back live. Thank y'all, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in and hanging out with us on this wonderfully cold Thursday night.
Yes, yo.
And you don't stop.
Cold
You know how
is an understatement.
Yo, well,
It's
yeah,
like
especially
0
where you
degree.
from. You
It's
are
like, it's
you
like
live
0
in,
degrees in the great central New York area. It's
dude,
like,
you live in like South Canada.
girl, yeah, exactly. South Canada, below the lake.
It's brick. It invented
Man.
brick.
Yeah, I
Just
know.
below the
Yeah.
lake.
You know, it'd be cold than a mug off there by them lakes.
The Northern Dixon line.
Mm.
I'm sorry. I found that funny. Pardon me. Yo, we got a lot. We actually got a lot to get into tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We got a jam-packed show. So before we pop off this week's headline heat, fam, I wanted to share this little gem with you that I found on this wonderful thing we call the internet because I love it so much. You know what I mean? Internet is the place to be sometimes when you want to find some wild stuff. So check out this rendition of Boys in the Hood. Please pay attention to the words spoken. Alright? Let's go.
Brother Ben, shoot the shot.
Why is that Ben
You
Simmons?
have a clear shot. He's not even zigging nor zagging. Shoot the shot, Brother Ben. Brother Ben, you have to shoot this shot. Black culture will be set back if you don't shoot this shot, Brother Ben. Brother Ben, the movie has no message if Ricky Baker does not die in this scene, Brother Ben. Do you not understand what you're doing to our culture if Boys in the Hood does not have a message? This is what happens when you have too much cream in your coffee. The coffee is overdiluted.
Oh,
and you
Lord.
don't wake up, you don't be woke. Brother Ben, shoot the shot, Brother Ben. Shoot the shot, Brother Ben. Shoot the shot. Hold up, you might be all right. He's not shooting. You for real? Yeah, he looks like he ain't shooting. He ain't shooting. Yeah, he just throws up. Bro, I really thought I was about to die right crazy. I have a future now. That's crazy. Man, I'm speechless.
Man, this reminds me of a Bill Cox episode.
I mean, an induction to the NFL Hall of Fame, I never in my wildest dreams, because I wasn't supposed to make it from where I'm from. Like my brother always said about where we from, they either don't know or don't care about the hood.
Ice Cube and
And I'm
Cuba
from
Gooding.
the
You
hood.
see
Like,
Cuba
see
sit
dead
next
body
to
every
him.
day. Like, on the way to school,
Cuban,
riding the
Cuba.
bike, see, I was supposed to be a dead body. I was supposed to be shot a long time ago. I was running away from the ops. They had the gun pointed directly at my back. I didn't do no routes, no cutting. I ran a straight beeline. I don't know what I was thinking. Must have been adrenaline. All I had to do was pull the trigger and I was gonna fall down to my knees like a little biatch, get shot in the back. Like that shit right there would have hurt like a motherfucker. I would have had to die. There's no way in the world I would have been like, ouch. I would have been like, oh no, like, that's crazy, you know. But this shout out goes to Ben Simmons because he was the trigger man and you the real MVP, bro. I appreciate that.
Wow.
Yo.
That is hilarious.
Yo, I try to give y'all gems. I do. Shoot the shot, brother Ben. Shoot the shot. I can't.
Shout out to Ben Simmons.
Yo,
Man.
yo, big shouts, brother Ben. Brother Ben. I can't. Alright, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed that as much as I did because that was fire. Let's just go. Let's get into the next bit, man. Let's get into some of this headline heat.
Welcome to Headline Heat.
Yo, we are back. We are in effect.
Yes,
Yo.
yes.
All right, so I saw this. Somebody hit me to this earlier, y'all, and I don't know if y'all know about this or not, but I just gotta let y'all peep it. NBA legend John Stockton makes bizarre claim that more than 100 pro athletes have died from the COVID vaccine. Not COVID, the vaccine. Where's that quote? He said, I think it's highly recorded now. There's 150, I believe now. It's over 100 professional athletes dead. Professional athletes in the prime of their life dropping dead that are vaccinated. Right on the pitch, right on the field, right on the court. Where that happened at? Do y'all know? Where is that? Where's people dropping dead on the court and on the pitch at? Where that at?
Where's John at? Where's John? He's in Denver somewhere smoking.
Utah, one of them places.
Yeah.
He's in where it's legalized where he's at. Like he's on the ranch tooting. Yeah.
Dude,
This is what happens when you ain't grow.
People smoke.
But no, but when you ain't grow up on it, and it's just new, and everybody's just now we're just smoking. You know, you're in a spaceship. Beam me up, Scotty. He in the spaceship.
Yo, because he has seen players falling on the court.
Yes,
On the
apparently.
pitch.
Where, I wonder. But, you know, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, as you said, it might be too much weed, shrooms, and Fortnite.
In that order.
Yeah, in that order. Wow. All right, so we got some other news in other parts of the sports land. We have
Right.
What is this young gentleman's name? He was the president of player operations, I believe, for the Browns. Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah is now the Vikings general manager.
Congratulations to the young brother.
And everyone in Giants land is happy because Joe Shine, formerly of the Buffalo Bills, is now our GM. And they are extremely happy and jumping up and down, even though he ain't done shit yet. But I believe he will, and we're very excited. Let's see. What do y'all think about these two hires? Have you heard anything on any word or any personal feelings?
None. I'll wait to see.
Yeah, same.
I'm glad Mr. Mensah's getting a chance though.
Yeah, off
It's
defense.
so wow.
Yeah, that's landmark. That's
There's more pressure there, though. You know?
Yeah.
You better do something, black man.
Yeah, you really got to perform now.
Well, yeah. I mean, but honestly, from a fan base standpoint, do you really think Minnesota has more pressure than the Giants right now?
Well, they've been competing a little bit more than the Giants recently.
That's what I'm
So.
saying. Giant fans are rabid hungry for success.
But we're always that. We're New Yorkers. That's just
Yeah, but
whatever. We're that
we
way with the
have at
Knicks. We
least
haven't won since the
yeah,
70s.
see the thing about that, and that's what I'm about to get to. Because at least with the Giants, like every 4 or 5 years, there's hope and promise, and maybe even a Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
None of that.
Consistently, the Giants and the Yankees have brought championships, but that's about it. Rangers brought one in the '90s. And Rangers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, to that note, Minnesota hasn't won in a while, so
But
pressure's
they
there.
never win, so they good. They used to this.
That's what they do.
That's a little
No
bias
offense,
here.
no offense, my
In your
Vikings
take.
fans. I love y'all. We all good. Y'all want to win too. I know. Y'all gonna get me in trouble. Let's see what else I got on the board. Oh, Sean Payton retired, y'all. After 16 years with the Saints.
Salute
It
to
seemed
him.
like it was that long, did it? You know what I mean? But mathematically, yeah, it was.
Mhm.
Reminds me of
Now-
the conversation I was having earlier with a friend about Big Ben.
No, we'll get with him. We'll get to you and him in a minute because I know
Right,
you're gonna say
right,
some
right.
words on him.
That's why I didn't want to jump too far into it.
Right on. But now, all respect, dude, Sean Payton, you did a marvelous job in that Saints organization because it was Trinity ash when you got there, and you literally turned that around. Y'all won a Super Bowl, which is hard to do in this league, and y'all had success. You know what I mean? Playoff after playoff and all that good stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Right on. Now, it's a hot mess right now. They got a mess at the quarterback position. They got a whole. They're like $74 million over the cap right now.
Wow.
Yeah. I think the next highest team is, I believe, the Vikings, actually. But yeah, he's leaving a mess for somebody else to have to inherit. You know, maybe that's
Is it a
what
retirement?
expedited his retirement.
What to say? Yeah, it sounds more like y'all can have this shit. I'm out.
You know what? I'm getting a little too old for rebuilds. Ain't that what Aaron Rodgers said? Oh, I'm gonna get to him in a minute.
Yeah, somebody say, "Hey, Sean, what we gonna do about this? What is all this we?"
You know what? Y'all asking me too many questions. All right, so there was another retirement, a major retirement. Even though we kind of knew it was coming, now that it is official, Ben
Yeah.
Roethlisberger is now off the plate. Luke?
Salute, Big Ben. Thank you for your service. Like we said with Sean Payton, it don't even seem like it was that long. Like it's like I think it was the same year I moved back to PA as the year he became the rookie QB, and he did his thing, brought a couple championships back to the city. 2 rings, got to the Super Bowl 3 times, multiple playoff appearances, never had a losing season with him. Yeah, and just watching some of the clips, like it reminded me of like how long this man played, seeing some of the other players he played with, like Antoine Randall L, you know what I mean, and
Right.
Plaxico Burress, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, yes, the man got a historical career behind him right now. He can go and hang up his cleats, sit back, drink a beer, and just admire his achievements. And next stop is Hall of Fame.
Yeah, wait for that Canton call, right?
Yeah, and I'm going to say this once and foremost. I hear a lot of y'all taking it, but bang, bang, Stiller gang. Ain't no other. Yeah, everybody keep taking it here. Bang, bang, Niners gang. Bang, bang, Cowboys gang. Shut the hell up. It's Stiller gang all day.
Yeah. Yo. All right, man, you've been quiet over there, Mr. Patches. What's up with the Slick Rick look tonight? What's happening?
Nothing, man. I had to get a procedure done, so you know.
Oh, well, I hope you feel better.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You know, I got my medication, so I should be back to 2 eyes,
Okay.
10 toes.
I mean, you look tough.
I'm not tough. I'm a swashbuckler.
Yeah, there you go. You look like a swashbuckling
Every
black
question
dog.
with yar.
Arr.
Steve
I
the
forgot
pirate.
my
Yar.
R's.
Yar,
I
Mike
forgot
the
my R's.
pirate. Let's go play some dodgeball after this.
Oh man. Oh man. I gotta watch that now.
Yes. I think Gronk said he needs about 3 to 5 weeks to decide whether he wants to retire or keep playing. And he said if you would have asked me today, I'd retire.
Yeah, I would say if Tom leaves, he's out too.
Yeah, I think that's what he's waiting on. I think he's waiting 3 to 5 weeks to see if Tom is going to say, well, you know what? Then he'll be like, yep, I'm done. Tom's done. I'm done.
And they both gonna be like, "Yo, Antonio, hold up."
No, I don't think so. To be honest, I don't think. I don't think Antonio's invited to the wine and cheese.
Yeah, nah. Especially if he's gonna
Yeah.
be
It's not the barbecue.
They're gonna make sure he's gone. Like, did he? All right, he's gone.
Yeah,
All right.
he ain't coming.
That was
He ain't coming to Giselle's mixers. Come on, bro. Come on. Yo, but we got a lot more. We got some headlines, not some headlines. We got some features to cover. There we go. And if we still have time, we definitely going to jump right into that Matrix Resurrections and dive into that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back. Oh, and we got a wrestling town tonight too. Now that I remember.
All right.
So big shouts to JP. We got a lot going on. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after this.
Stay tuned.
Listen here. I know everything there is to know about the crime in business. I know about gangster crime. I know about pimping crime. I know about trafficking crime. I know about weapons crime. I know about intimidation crime. I know about trafficking crime. My family know everything there is to know about the crime in business. This is Bubba Fett, and I'm coming to your place to take over your criminals too. Ain't that right, Forrest? Yes, sir, Bubba, that's right.
Bubba Fett and Forrest Sham.
All right, so speaking of retirement, Mike, what do you think? Is Tom Brady going to retire?
It's a hard answer. I thought about it for a couple of days. As of today, no, he'll be back. He'll be back. He's tight at the refs. He's still ready to compete. I don't think his kids are going anywhere. Like, as far as their education, I don't think anyone is moving on, or the clan is pretty much set in the homestead. So as of today, I think Tom Brady will be back. But it's a long off season. Who knows what's going to happen between now and when do they start camp? What, July, August? So who knows? I think he'll be back.
You think he'll be back?
I think he'll be back. He has no reason not to. He has a good offensive line. He's been on his feet all season. I mean, the man's there. He's still shitting in the faces of every coach who picked him 198 times before. Where are those people now? All 198. They sitting down. I'm still here playing.
Fair. I mean, some are saying he's addicted to the game, and this is what he knows how to do. He may not know a lot else about what to do next, so until he can figure that out, he's still going to lace up them cleats and come on out. Listen, more power to him, man. But all I know is I know how it feels to be 45, 46, even. I know how I feel in the morning when I get up and I've not been hit by 300-pound dudes like on a weekly basis for like a quarter of the year. You know what I mean?
When he retired, they're gonna have to bring him back from the dead every morning.
Yo, you know what? I mean,
That chronic pain gonna be ridiculous.
oh man, oh man,
And that's not even talking about
painkillers.
CTE. Yeah.
Yeesh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's
We don't
why he's
heal
gonna
up
keep
this
playing. Because once he stops, that's it.
Yeah.
Once everybody stop, that's
It's
it.
gonna be Joe Montana. It ain't gonna be he's not gonna be coaching. He's not gonna be on
Right.
Fox.
No.
You know what I mean? He might do like a special Super Bowl, coverage or something like that.
I got
You know what I mean? You might see him come out for like CBS or something, do New Year's.
Yeah.
But that's he's not doing no Dancing with the Stars. You know what I mean? It's a wrap. His wife is bad. He's about to go sit down in the corner somewhere and sit on this money. That's about it. That's why I say he's coming back. You know what I mean? Because you're either gonna keep going or admit to it and let it set in right now. So
It's
hey,
either hear the
Old
roar
man
of the
grunting in
crowd.
different parts of the world.
because I don't think he's that far gone. Like I forgot the character's name, but my man from Any Given Sunday, he's not like that. Seeing
Oh, Willie Beeman.
no, not Willie
the one
Beeman, the
Beeman
quarterback,
replaced.
the
Oh,
dude
Dennis
that he
Quaid's
replaced.
character.
yeah,
Dennis Quaid.
okay.
You know what I mean? He's not.
Cap.
Yeah, Cat. He's not seeing the ghost in the stands.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he got a good offensive line. The question is for Tom
Payton
Brady.
was seeing the ghost in the stands.
You know what I mean? For Tom Brady, it's going to be, could I keep up the game of going to practice?
Yeah.
Can I keep up the game of going to practice? Because if you stop going to practice, then the morale falls. When the morale falls, then that's when the team is looking crazy.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, and clearly he still has that hunger.
Yeah, man, he yogaed out. He got his own clothing brand, the athletic line, so he's into it. It's a system for him.
Buying those clothes.
Listen, dads, dudes who wear them
I'm a
fat.
dad. I don't want no TB
Well,
nothing.
dads
I
of
ain't seen no dads with no TB nothing. I'm
dads of a fairer complexion. In a northern, more eastern locale than you.
Yes.
Maybe in California also. Maybe to the far west.
Okay, Napa Valley-ish.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Them dudes that's buying them khaki sweatpant kind of things.
The Tiki Torch gang. That's what you're saying.
They're coming
I didn't say that.
They're coming off the golf course life,
That's fair. Listen to the Christopher Cross right now. That good yacht music.
And I mess with yacht rock from time to time too.
Oh, so do I, man. It's quite soothing. Sometimes I like to watch the
Salsation. Salsation.
Big by little by little. Washing my car. Oh yeah.
Oh, Ride Like the Wind is my John.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Don't get me started on here. Go get my daggone smoker's jacket and be up in here.
Okay, Kenny Loggins.
Maybe crack some liquor for the first time in a few years.
Nah, I don't do that, but you can think about it.
Yeah. My neighbors will appreciate you for not recommending me that. Be out here singing like Old Dirty.
Because we've done that. But, all right, so I got to bring this up, y'all. And this was hilarious to me. He has been immunized from the playoffs. And it's time to talk real about Cat. Lou and I, we've talked about this, and he know I've felt this way for some time, actually. And I'm just glad that his performance is finally caught up to my opinion. And my opinion is very much he can't beat Brady. Out of all these years and all this, Aaron Rodgers, Hail Mary, one time to the Super Bowl, one Super Bowl. A lot of playoff appearances, though. About 8 of them, to which he was knocked out by the 49ers 4 times. So he can't beat Brady. He can't beat the 49ers. I mean, he's a great quarterback.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, he's a great quarterback. He's not a GOAT quarterback. And that's okay. That's okay. But when you make a season about you and you don't deliver, and then people look and year after year, I'm sorry, I'm vexed at him for last year because I feel like the Packers should have beat Tampa Bay last year. Tom and them should have never even had the chance last year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I agree.
Tom threw 2 interceptions, and Aaron could not capitalize on at all. You know, I mean, San Francisco 49ers are not a world beater team this year. They're a good team. They're not a world beater team this year. They're just not. Jimmy Garoppolo had more questions than anybody coming into this. They score, for the most part in the entire game, 3 points. Special team scores a touchdown, so now it's 10. This is supposed to be the great Aaron Rodgers. Y'all can't score more than 10 points? You started off the game. Touchdown drive. First drive of the game. You couldn't repeat that at all the entire rest of the game? You're the great Aaron Rodgers. I'm
Yeah,
not
man.
comparing you. I'm not comparing him to Matt Stafford. I'm not. But Matt Stafford had like 14 seconds, game on the line against Tom Brady. Threw Cooper Kupp 2 excellent passes, commanded his offense to get their tail downrange so he could spike the ball. Got the ball to the referee, not the center. And guess what? He spiked the ball, they kicked the field goal, they won the damn game. Aaron couldn't have done that. Mr. Hail Mary, Mr. Clutch. I just feel like, yo, he's with Payton Manning, which is a good place to be. Great regular season quarterback. Cool. Cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can't sit here and wax about greatness when at the end of the day, you have 8 chances to give your fan base the love and the championship. And of course, you're not going to win them 8 times. You're not Tom Brady. Oh, I thought Aaron Rodgers was supposed to be up there, Tom Brady. I digress. You get there 8 times, you win once. No, excuse me. You get there 9 times, you win once. Because the 8 were after the Super Bowl win. The 8 playoff appearances that I'm referring to include this last year, were after his Super Bowl win. He won the year before Eli won his second one. And Eli went through Green Bay to win his second one. Just throwing that out there. He beat Brett, then he beat Aaron. Interesting to me. Just a little bit.
To beat Tom again.
Twice. So when we talk about great quarterbacks, clutch quarterbacks, are we talking about regular season or are we talking about playoffs? Because when we're talking about playoffs, I feel like you have to look at it differently than you do the regular season. And yeah, maybe I'm giving a pass to certain quarterbacks. Perhaps. But if you did everything you can to get to the playoffs, they always say the playoffs is a new season. Yeah. And you got to bring more to get more. Like that old phrase, and I heard it earlier today, that's why I'm going to repeat it. You got to bring ass to get ass. You're darn right. You know? And Aaron don't necessarily bring ass in the playoffs. He'll do it to get there. He will win regular season games, boy. You put him in fantasy, you put your money on him, you bet on him, and all that good stuff. You'll make some paper. Playoffs? I mean, last year it was the division. It was the conference championship. This year was the divisional playoff. You didn't even get to the conference championship. You know what I mean? And we know he's leaving. We know he's leaving. He's not staying in Green Bay. I wonder if he goes to the Saints and tries to help them right that ship. It's warm weather. It ain't Green Bay.
Possibly.
Speaking of quarterback moves, man, now that we know it's official that Ben is gone, who do you think are the top three quarterbacks, or who do you think they're looking to replace in Pittsburgh's quarterback search?
Well, I think out of all the available ones, they're probably going to go with the young boy. I can't remember his name right now, but he's out of Pitt. Between him and maybe they may take a look at Jameis Winston, but I don't see them looking at Aaron Rodgers or the other bull at all. They might even surprise us and come with a new rookie. Who knows?
So you think they might just draft and just kind of start from scratch, or do you think the rest of the team is kind of ready to go and they just need a solid guy in there to keep it going until they get their new wonder guy?
I think Mike Tomlin might already have an ace up his sleeve, and he about to smack us all in the face with it.
Russell Wilson?
Possibly, but as I said, I don't know if he may be, but I don't know if he's tough enough for the Steel City.
Fair. All right. So that was this week's homework. And I hope, ladies and gentlemen, y'all enjoyed those wonderful breakdowns from these fine gentlemen.
Yes.
And before we go to commercial break, man, I gotta just share. Please chime in, gentlemen, if y'all heard this story about Drake and the condom.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so for those that don't know or are not in the loop, apparently there's a young lady who is suing Drake because, and this is, how do you go to court with this? I don't know. She's suing him.
I'm unmuted. You go to Steve Harvey.
Yeah, this is where this should go. That's
good,
exactly
Steve. Take care,
where
bro.
this should go. Because I don't even
This
feel
the
comfortable.
shit you take to Steve Harvey.
You tell the audience. I don't even feel comfortable telling the audience the story. You tell the audience the story, man.
Jeez, how do I tell the story?
See
Well,
what I'm
the
saying?
young lady is upset that Drake put hot sauce in his used condom. Why is she upset? Because Her cootie got burned up
Mm-hmm.
from the hot sauce going inside her scandalous ass.
Yep, she
Say
thought she
that
had
again.
an 18-year
Ladies and
payday
gentlemen,
coming to her.
she went into the bathroom, went into the trash, went and got the used condom, and tried to put in the thing. Burned herself because she discovered that Drake put a failsafe in the condom pack.
The only thing I've really been wondering is what hot sauce did he use?
Word.
Well, we know Eli
like,
puts
was it
Frank
them
on
Tabasco
everything.
pack, like bottle
I
joints?
put that shit on everything?
Was
Or was it
Louis
the
Vuitton
Tabasco?
or-
Because they do have the mini Tabascos
Yo,
that are very convenient to
Tabasco
just
got
be
a
like,
lot
oh,
of kick. Tabasco got a lot of kick too.
a
Yes.
lot of cayenne. I
So
like
you
them with
know-
the fire like
Rock the-
cayenne.
Well, you know.
Because the Sriracha and the Frank are about to be too big. You know what I mean?
She was in that bathroom chocolate bow-legged.
Yeah. Or being down in Texas, he might have had some of that Tapatio up in there.
Ooh,
Texas Pete.
The Cholula.
Yes, Cholulo, yes.
Yeah.
But not to be left out, Trojan has understood the problem, and now they've come out with Frank's Red Hot condoms.
Right on. Hope they don't
They
activate
have
till you finish.
They have officially put that shit on everything.
Yo.
That shit on everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after this.
Mommy, guess what I was learning in school today? What was you learning, Chester? Oh, I was learning about Martin Luther the King, Malcolm the X, and all kinds of wonderful things. Wait, you've been learning what? Bum, 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 bum. Coming to a theater near you. The most scariest, most offensive, most terrifying movie to come out ever. Dun, 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 dun. Critical race theory. That's right. We bringing that right to your face, right to your grill, keeping it real. Dum, 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 dum. DVD soon to Walmart.
We back.
And we are back. Yo, I just got one thing to ask you all, man. Let's talk about it. Matrix Resurrection.
Yeah, man.
Lou, you were the most excited when I mentioned this last week, so I want you to set it off. What'd you think of the movie? How'd you feel?
Oh, I enjoyed every minute of it. It was everything I expected it to be, plus more. I liked the way they tied it into the modern time. They cleared up the holes. It brought the nostalgia back. To for the fan service. You know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, it was a kick-ass good time, just like the first one and the second one. Because I'm a huge fan of the original Matrix. I would say 1.5 of the original trilogy, and I enjoyed it. I don't understand what the hell the critics are talking about. And plus, I have the Xbox Series X now, and they have a Matrix Resurrections game simulator you can play on there. It's just all dope. My only critique, I would just say that Keanu Reeves, as great of an actor as he is, my man could have did at least 20 push-ups to make Neo look at least like he was still like giving a damn.
But he wasn't. Remember, he didn't even know he was Neo.
I get it, but he didn't have to
this
look like
guy was just...
he didn't have to look like Fat Peter from the multiverse, though. And I love Keanu, so I'm saying a lot, man. You're saying a lot from me.
He was like, listen, I'll work out for the next movie. I've been
He's saving it for
doing
John Wick.
Because, I mean, especially that point when he was like, ugh, it was like, come on, man. I was like, are you Neo right now, or are you Bill? Or Ted, I mean.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
No.
All right, Mike, how'd you feel,
No.
bro?
At first, I was a little confused by it. Then I watched it more because I'm a fiend for the Matrix, and I did enjoy it. And no, they couldn't have Keanu work out for that because they had to get us to understand that the one is two parts. It was always Trinity that believed in him, and it wasn't until I watched this that it's like it dawned on me. He didn't have any of that if Trinity wasn't there. If Trinity wasn't believing in him. If Trinity wasn't putting that in his back. So, no. And the best part was like, so you're going to fly out of here? No, that's not happening. I appreciate it. It got a little wonky, but I liked it with the Matrix zombies, kind of.
Yes.
My question with that is, so in the real world, does that, what was that, the architect, what were they calling him?
The analyst.
The analyst.
Yeah.
So does the analyst, are all those zombies in one tower in the real world? And he's got that whole tower just,
Oh, you mean the swarm?
The swarm mode.
No.
Just
Swarm
swarm
is a
mode, one
program.
tower.
Swarm
I
is a
know.
program.
But
Right.
are those, because, all right, so here's what led me to that. Because when they were in the Matrix and that couple is in the room, and the guy wakes up and goes swarm mode, jumps out the window.
Not everyone got the program.
Not everyone.
Right.
Not everyone is in. I hope things like that are brought out in the next ones.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But that was a great catch. And I know some people were blown at how they did Morpheus, but from what I remember, the interwebs doing and talking about, and what Lou was schooling me on even months ago, that version is worse. It's like Morpheus loses his mind and like goes to the machine world and goes after Neo and all this other stuff. So I'd rather them do it the way that they did it in this movie to clean it up than what I don't mind Morpheus.
I don't mind Morpheus. I don't mind the agent.
Yeah. And I love them suits. He came through looking like some type of like futuristic Shaft whooping ass. You know what I mean?
Dude, and it's funny how he's still Agent Smith in a way because he's still wearing the suits. The suits are Italian to Smith, not necessarily to Morpheus.
Yeah.
But the fact that they've cracked that code too, that there's almost two father figures for Neo.
Yeah.
It's Morpheus and Smith.
That's what
they do about the Trinity.
The side of your dad that teaches you and nurtures you. You know what I mean?
That's what the new Morpheus is.
Right.
He's Morpheus and Smith combined into one.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And a program, and he's a program this time, not a person that was freed.
Yeah.
So is he another part of control for Neo to become the one he needs Morpheus?
No, I think further down the line, he's meant to balance out Smith, but I think Smith is still going to be more than that. But Smith will always be less because he would never have a Trinity.
But remember, they have a Smith, a younger, quote unquote, more perfect Smith.
Yeah.
And that
but that's what I'm saying.
Neo's boss
Smith
was great.
That Smith will never pan out because he'd never have a Trinity. He's always been looking at Neo as the one, but he doesn't realize that there's two parts of the one.
Yeah.
Right now, he's equal to the architect because you know what I mean. He's definitely a wayward program out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's still a rogue program out there fucking the system up.
Did you see how they had Merovingian looking all crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just remember that part. I told my wife, I was like, that's a Merovingian. She was like, no, that's some new. I was like, watch this.
Yeah, but where's his wife though? That's what I want.
Oh wow. Yo, she probably inserted herself into another program dimension or something and left him where he was.
For
He
real.
went back to Bond. Had to go back to Bond.
Yeah, right? She might have found the keymaster.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes. Nah, the
Hey,
Matrix
yo.
is. I haven't heard. I don't listen to the critics. The critics are going to do what they have to do.
Facts.
Right.
You know, they're going to
I've
be
never
scared a
really,
certain way to get
like,
paid.
believe what critics say because, again, critics are paid to spin an agenda anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It was refreshing. It was a good,
it was
take
fun.
back into it. You got the new fresh blood, new generation of
Yeah.
Yes.
hackers, and it's interesting how they're going about it because they don't necessarily have to be jacked into, or like they don't have to be plugged in, unplugged to be taken out of the matrix now or something like that. I think they mentioned something like that. They
In
mentioned
a
that
way,
they
you know,
don't
it's
have to
like,
be unplugged.
Right.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the same way, but I still they need to explain that out how you could
Yeah.
jack into the matrix and not be plugged in.
Yeah,
I
'cause
would say
I need that whole Trinity freeing to be explained to me too. Like, how did you hack? What did you slave it into Shorty's head and then? Oh, okay. All right. I do like how they were, putting the false faces over Neo and Trinity, so
Yes,
they would never
hiding
find
them
each other.
so while they were both there, they never could find each other because, as he said, in every simulation, because they've run this before, you got to remember the low-lying words that are said in this movie because that's where the truth is. So, over the years, after the piece that actually happened at the end of the third one, and I'm glad they left that intact, that he didn't sacrifice himself for nothing. There was peace. But now...
Yeah. That was the first thing I peeped when he got freed. That I was like, "Oh, machine got him. Oh, okay."
Yeah, yeah.
The little machine got him tucked up from the other ones. I was like, "Okay, this could be a little all right. Let me see what they're doing here."
And then you see Io, the new city, where there's humans and machines together.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's Zion with no beginning and no end.
And Zion is done.
Io is Zion
Yeah,
with no
but
beginning, no end. It's just
right.
just Io. We just here.
Now, what I find interesting is why couldn't they have two cities? You know what I mean? Why couldn't they have two cities? You can't have a New York and a LA? You know what I mean? Everybody got to live in North Carolina.
Maybe they do. Maybe they do. We don't know yet.
But, and again, was it Zion like the place where it was warmest and all of that? So it feels like they moved, so it's a completely different area. It's not Zion anymore. It's not Zion, and I don't think they just changed the name. You know what I mean? Kept the place. It just vibed like it was a new place. So why? And maybe we'll find out later. I'm saying that again. I'm sorry.
They got clouds.
Right.
No, that was a hologram though, right?
I don't know.
Or was it? I think they had panels that made the clouds or something like that. They made the
or maybe they had
Yeah, she had
panels
broken down how they made like a little ecosystem there.
Yeah, that's true.
I have to go back and watch it again.
Not for $24 though, as they have it on Prime. I'm gonna just wait till the DVD and then buy it and put it in the collection and watch it all the time like I do with the others.
But yo, me being a gamer, like I said, I don't know if y'all played Cyberpunk 2077, but Keanu Reeves is the star of that game too, and it's like it's like an ode or a love story to all of his films. And once again, just watching this new Matrix film, it's ill how many parallels it has, even with that game.
Wow. And I do like, somebody was like, it doesn't even have the same feel and texture of the old Matrix because it's a new Matrix.
Exactly.
It's not.
And if you want that old feel, then go back and watch the old movie.
I mean, I feel like sometimes people get stuck in what they know and they're apprehensive to the new. You know, and sometimes you miss the boat. And sometimes the new screws up. So I get it.
Yeah.
But, you know, I philosophically, as far as, and then again, as far as the story, and I personally didn't mind that it wasn't completely action-packed. I liked the quiet moments. I liked the dialogue and building out the story and really understanding the world that they're putting me into.
Yeah.
And as a writer, I know sometimes with the first book, you kind of got to spend more time with world building, especially if you know other books are coming. You can spend more time on that first one, building it all out, so you don't have to do a lot of that heavy lifting in the next ones. You can kind of get into the action and the purpose a little bit faster with 2 and 3 if you lay it all out like you're doing in 1. So I'm fine with it. So I'm looking forward to the next iterations. I really am.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Y'all hear they
After
do
it ended, I was
behavior
already ready to see more. You know what I mean?
I was too. I was, you know, it's like when you eat a good meal, you're hungry still.
Yeah. Like, where's dessert?
Yep, just let me get. Can I just get a little more? Can you put it on my plate? Can I get an end credit or something?
Word.
You know, give me something to go. Okay, I'm full.
I might have to hit up my agent and be like, how can I get in on this next Matrix sequel?
Yo, keep it real. I'm gonna have to find me an agent and ask him the same question or her the same question. Hey, now that I'm a client, let's look at that Matrix, boy. Yo, gentlemen, it's been a great show.
Yes.
Great show. Now, oh snap! Before we go, as promised, we got.
It's time for some Wrestling Town with your main man, JP the Franchise. Let's go.
Welcome to another edition of the Wrestling Town segment with your boy JP from Off the Ball Network. There's a lot of news to get into, and we can get into AEW Dynamite and Rampage and also WWE SmackDown. Let's go ahead and start off with some hot news and everything. So former WWE Diva Sunny was arrested the other day for threatening her boyfriend with scissors and making terroristic threats to her boyfriend. Don't really know the exact details, but she was arrested yet again. And also, you know, she did post something on social media saying that she's fine, she's laying low, but her dog is missing, so she's looking for a dog at this time too as well. But, you know, Sunny, you know, was just so beautiful back in the day. Like, you know, she was the first diva, you know, that, you know, everybody's like, oh my God, like she was like a trendsetter. Now she's just getting arrested all of a sudden so many times, and it's just you know, it's just crazy. It's sad to see, you know, someone falling off like that, though. So hopefully Sunday can get her act together, hopefully. But we'll just have to see about that. Also, in other news, Mustafa Ali asked for his WWE release after a big argument with him and Vince McMahon over just creative ideas. So apparently Mustafa Ali asked for time off only, you know, I think for like the month of November because his third child was born. And then his last storyline was, they said it was a little bit controversial in terms of the ups of WWE, where he was getting booed and talking about America, y'all mad because my name is Mustafa Ali, and it was going into something with Drew McIntyre. And, you know, they don't want the same thing happen again because Muhammad Hassan and Undertaker segment and the London bombers happened the same week. So, you know, they try to avoid the controversy. They're trying to do that. And then, you know, him and Vince got into it just because of just creative ideas and what he wanted to do. And, you know, they just didn't approve. So he's asking for his WWE release. So we'll just see how the future goes for Mustafa Ali. He's very talented. But, you know, things like that happen, and we'll see what happens, you know, in his next endeavors if he really gets released from his WWE contract. So let's go ahead and go over the SmackDown results. It's been a pretty good show. The build-up with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, it's just like, I'm not feeling it just because. But I give WWE a pass because this is last minute. Roman had COVID-19 at day one, so he couldn't defend the title against Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's the WWE champion. And Drew McIntyre's out with a significant amount of time with his neck injury, so they had to pull the strings to pull somebody. So they was like, let's just give it to Seth Rollins, which it's good. You get yourself a quality match between these two. They got really great chemistry. They both Shield members, but it's just kind of crazy because they're both heels. So it's like, why in the world would I care so much to chill for two heels that I hate the most to wrestle against each other for the championship at the Royal Rumble? But they showed like the package of them with the Shield, and then they showed John Moxley, aka Dean Ambrose, in the package, and everybody was like, "Oh, Dean Ambrose, John Moxley might come back to WWE." Y'all need to slow y'all roll because he is not coming back to WWE. If you haven't heard what he said about WWE and why he's not coming back on Talk is Joke, please check it out. There was no way John Moxley is going to come back to WWE. Just no way at all. I'll be shocked if he did, though. So, and then Roman, was laughing because Seth kept thinking about the past, that he just never beat him one-on-one and everything. And Reigns was just like, listen, man, I'm in God mode right now. And then he had the Usos try to attack Rollins, but he ducked and got out way. So it was all right. It wasn't really a great build-up. But, hey, we had like another surprise return. Lita came back to SmackDown for the first time in 20 years, confronting Charlotte Flair. So they probably gonna have like they probably gonna face each other at the Rumble. Charlotte just being the queen and just talking all this junk about, oh, I'm the greatest women's wrestler and nobody can't beat me and stuff. Lita came out, everybody popped for Lita. Because, it's first time, it's great to see Lita. And, Lita was just talking about that she has, like, one in her. And, Charlotte was like, listen, man, I can retire you like I did with Trish Stratus. I'll retire Trish Stratus. Because you remember Charlotte and Trish Stratus had that one match. That was Trish's last match for that championship. And Charlotte beat her. So, I mean, it's like, so they're just reminiscing. And then Lita, fake slap Charlotte sell, great sell by Charlotte. Then, got her on the twist of fate. So, Charlotte's going to say something next week, though. But what a great pop for. Everybody was happy to see Lita back, though. And what a great, interest music for Lita. Probably one of the greatest interest musics of all time. But it was great to see her. And that was about it for SmackDown. That wasn't really nothing worth watching and everything other than them two segments and everything. In terms of AEW, though, one more thing. Congratulations to Roman Reigns, who is now the longest reigning Universal Champion of all time, beat Brock Lesnar's reign. Congratulations to Roman Reigns on that one. Great accomplishment. Let's go ahead and get into AEW Dynamite. Well, it was a pretty good show. I really enjoyed it. Started off with Adam Cole coming out to the ring with Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, and they did their promo, their segment. Then the Young Bucks, because you seen last week, Kyle O'Reilly made, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish and kind of Cole made the stable and the Young Bucks. So it's kind of like teasing the Young Bucks face turn, though, but they're still not there yet. They're trying to work together and everything. And then Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends came out and they started brawling with them. Great brawl, and then Adam Cole hit Orange Cassidy with a low blow, and Chris Statlander came out and confronted Adam Cole. Then Britt Baker came out, who was Adam Cole's girlfriend in real life, came out and took out Chris Statlander, and basically the bad guys and girls stood up and everything. They did their kiss and then left. So pretty good segment. Then we had MJF coming out with Wolo. Wolo faces CM Punk. 18 wins in a row for Wolo. He's been dominating, and MJF is just really trying to, get CM Punk well down before he go up against him and everything. And it was a really good storytelling match. It wasn't a great match in people's eyes, but it was good storytelling. You could see that CM Punk was getting well down and getting destroyed by Royal. all them power bombs he's taken. Like Wolo's looking really strong here. Instead of doing the storytelling and with the roll-up win, while because MJF distracted Wolo, say one more powerbomb when Wolo really wanted to go for the pin, and you can see Wolo's face just like, dude, I got him pinned. Like, what else you want me to do? But MJF wanted that done. He wanted it finished, and then Wolo got rolled over. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk wins. CM Punk couldn't do anything. He was just wore out. He was laid out. Like, he just took a good beating. Then MJF got super pissed and got Wolo's first poking at him and everything. You started seeing the crowd just like wanted Wolo just to beat the crap out of MJF. He grabbed the finger, and you could see that this is like Wolo's about to beat up MJF. Like everybody was just like dying just to see it. And then Sean Spears came out, kind of calmed them down and everything. And then they just left. So it's like we didn't get to see that yet, but it's coming. It is coming. And then MJF came back out later on in the segment, saying that CM Punk is going to challenge Sean Spears next week. Another way of just being so spineless and just a coward. Just a great hero by MJF. Love the match with Jericho and Inner had a segment. Eddie Kingston kind of interrupted Jericho and saying that like you using Santana, Ortiz, and Hagel, they could be world champions, and you just what people are thinking at the time, like what fans are thinking, like Jericho's just ruining everything, and Jericho's like you don't disrespect me, you don't disrespect the inner circle. You see Santino Ortiz and them walk away. Then the main event, with Sammy Guevara versus Daniel Garcia, really great match. Sammy Guevara pull up the victory, and great to see the Crockett out there on ringside giving the title. It's just great. It was great, and it was very classy, and just a great way to respect the legends. Then you had Rampage came in on Friday. That was a pretty good show in itself too, as well. As much as I want to get into everything on Rampage and all that, if you haven't checked out Rampage, please check out Rampage. It was a pretty good show. You had the tag team match with Jurassic Express versus the Dark Order, which is a pretty good match. You see Jay Lethal confronted Ricky Starks because they kept talking about him all show long, and so it's going to be like a future match with Jay Lethal and all of them and Ricky Starks. And you had Adam Cole versus Trent. Great match. If you haven't seen that match, please see that match. It was a great match. But yeah, definitely check out Rampage. Definitely check out Dynamite. That was your Wrestling Tower segment. That was a lot of things right here into this segment. I had to add in and everything. So definitely see y'all next week, man. Enjoyed it with y'all. Peace out. See y'all next week for another edition of Wrestling Town segment. Now, what you gonna do? I'm just kidding. Let's get back.
Well done as always, my brother JP, the franchise, breaking down the wrestling talk. And dude, I watch AEW, so when he breaks down those matches, I know exactly what he's talking about. So yeah, that was good stuff. All right, y'all, I think we had a great show tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. How'd y'all feel?
Yo, another great one and done.
Feeling good.
Bang, bang. We will be back next Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Tizzle.
Yeah.
Man. Coach Five.
It's that dude, Mr. Lewis.
His patch is phenomenal.
Yo, Mr. Lewis, tell him what to do, baby.
You know the drill, y'all. Go to the site, check out past episodes, buy some merch, go to the YouTubes, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, all that good stuff. And that's how you support us, you know what I mean? We're going to keep bringing y'all great content, but if you want us to keep bringing it and getting better, then you got to support us, you know what I'm saying? We're doing this all on our own.
Let's go.
So, as I said, do that. Peace and love. And then we'll see you next week.
Candy Corner, baby.
Peace.
Welcome to the Candid Corner. Welcome to the Candid Corner. Welcome to the Candid Corner. Welcome to the Candid Corner, your number one spot for hip-hop, classic hip-hop, today's hip-hop. You talk about sports, you talk about Knicks, you talking about 76ers, you talking football, you talking about Giants, you talking Steelers. Your main spot for New York and Pennsylvania sports, baby. Right here, Coach Bob, Mr. Lewis, the Candid Corner, real talk for